No, this is weird. Oh, it's because it's trying to capture that. Sorry.
Okay.
We're not sorry. There we go.
Are we good to go?
Yes, it wasn't showing the web page for a minute. It was showing
Okay.
nothing.
All right. So when last we left off, some months ago, in the annals of time, back in November, we had just escaped from the Unicorn's Glade, as the mighty unicorn did battle with the Baylor.
And I knocked it out of a goddamn tree.
We missed a shit ton of magic items.
Because of that.
But I forgot about all week.
You did indeed miss a shit ton of magical items. I rolled well on all those too. So,
It's okay, Min. I don't blame you. It was awesome.
as you were running, you were stopped by an evil creature, the evilest of evil.
A mimic?
Okay, the evilest of most evil
2.0?
things. He claimed to be a member of the 12. It was a Balrog, a pit fiend, as you would like to call them, and he gave his name as Ataran of the Eight. Asking you what you wanted, why he should let you free, he determined that he would indeed let you go, as it was not important. Now, the man that you were sent to find is unconscious, nigh on dead. But every now and then he takes a very shallow breath, almost as if he is in a very, very, very deep sleep. You manage to find your way back to the capital. You head there with all intent to try and find somebody who is able to assist. And at the gates, you're greeted by guards who forbid you entry. They say that the city has become a den of heathens and faithless, and all clerical entities have been chased out of the city. Upon your questioning, the guards say that the city has been closed for people leaving and entering to mitigate the amount of corruption that has spread from years and years and years of bad feeling, bad blood being magically suppressed, all coming back all at once.
Yeah, Swift in the background.
Okay.
They suggest that you go to a church to the north, near some of the mountains, and where there is another forest, this one not of elven control. And therein you will find a church of Ogma, who is a deity of knowledge and magic. And his followers are known to be able to cure many a forgotten illness and ailment because they keep the knowledge close. They urge you to seek out priest Uthion. As the party, you four, approach from the south towards the north, there's very, very few things that bar your way. Even most of the goblins and other creatures seem to have been almost as if they are away from where they would normally post. You can sometimes see goblins or orcs. But when you see them, they are farming. They're herding. They don't look like they're a warband. It seems mighty strange to you. As even in this country, that's not the most common sight you should see. You eventually find the church, a relatively large building, but for being alone, very small, with no walls to protect it. But built of stone, it seems very sturdy. And that brings us to where we are now. All right, lady and gentlemen. The doors are open before you, and you have to assume that this is the Church of Ogma. It's the only church that you've run into, and it seems to be sporting the symbol as best as you can tell.
Okay.
You, Paladin, you may make a religion roll. Everyone else may as well, but the Paladin will have a lower DC.
Religion.
I can do that. Skills. Knowledge, religion. Heh.
Sorry, Baldric. You don't know nothing. Alright, Falavor and Baldric, you do not know or remember anything about the god Ogma. But for both Eridar and Reyna, Ogma's symbol is that of an unrolled parchment, blank, with a burst of magic from behind. Upon the castle, not the castle, upon the church, you see that symbol, but as well beneath it is a symbol of a candle lit, sitting upon an open eye. Backing it is the color purple. And you're not overly familiar with that symbol.
Okay.
So, surprisingly, Valavor, you are.
I am?
Yes. You don't know anything about the symbol of Ogma, but you recognize the symbol of the lit candle on top of the eye with the purple background as that of being of Denir. Denir is often described as being the scribe of Ogma and is a lesser deity, but is the brother of Ogma. Denir is a goodly aligned deity who believes in art, cartography, glyphs, knowledge, scholars. So, learned folk in general. Yay! Somebody new.
Did you roll for us?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. I figured as much.
So, what do you do, Lot?
We still have the old guy with us, right?
Yes, the knocked out old guy that you
Oh,
guys
that'll look great with us walking through the front door.
Is he still knocked out? How long has it been?
It's been up towards a month now.
And he's still unconscious?
He's still unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Shane did say that he, seems to be in some kind of deep sleep.
Gotcha.
So,
I
that's what I
apparently
assume.
I missed that, apparently.
Yeah.
Because you don't
I'm
listen.
I do listen, I just didn't hear those words.
gonna stay outside with the old guy just to make sure we're not walking into a church with a seemingly dead person over one of our shoulders. It's like, sup, dudes.
That's not a bad thing. Like, hey, we need fucking help, guys. That's why we're fucking here.
Somebody
Yeah, but-
cast True Resurrection.
We can, you know.
His name's Jet. He's got a little old.
We can explain the situation before bringing the dead guy in.
It's a church. I'm pretty sure that I mean that weird.
He's
I don't
only
know.
mostly dead, which is still somewhat alive.
We
I
went to the
think-
church and then we're there for help.
It'd probably
I'm
be
gonna
better
go
if Eridar or Baldric, either of you didn't carry him in.
I'm not gonna carry him in.
Sup, bitches?
Eridar, you walk into the building, and it opens up before you. You see very few people in the building itself, but it is well lit.
It is well lit.
There's a cat.
There is a kitty cat. Means it's protected from rats that could eat the paper.
Baldric, do you feel
Nice.
comfortable staying out here by yourself? I got the feeling I'm gonna have to run some crowd control in there.
I can handle it out here. What's the like area around it like
Drinking.
again?
So, where it's built is on a small plateau, and all the trees have been cut back. But the actual, and so you're basically on a grassy plateau, but most of it is forest near mountains and hills. As you guys actually enter, because I think that's getting a little loud, isn't it?
No, that's fine on our end.
No, you could turn it down like a couple points, but
Yeah, I don't have points. I have a slider bar.
Yeah. What sucks for Shane is the music is a lot louder for him than it is for us.
All right.
oh, sorry to interrupt you, Shane, but you said it's been about a month now.
Yes.
Would I have finished my book?
Yeah.
Yay! What all do I get for that?
That book. Give me a second.
I should have had it written down. If I did not, I'm an idiot.
It's okay. I'll forgive you.
It's okay, I still have my little DOS loot page.
Believe that's a +2 to strength. Gainful
Okay.
exercise. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Sorry, I have a lot of maps up and
You're good, man.
shit.
It is all good, oh merciful DM God who has granted us
You can
with
also you can also look it up later if you want. And since we're not,
No,
if
you're
we're not
you're likely
fight-
gonna need it.
Okay.
That's always a good
such...
sign.
Shit, that means I should probably start looking up the spells for this loot real quick.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
On that note, I will be back in like 1 minute while you're looking that up.
Okay, well I'm done, but thank you. Strength score is increased by 2, as is your maximum. So you can go up to 22.
Okay.
And if you just want to keep the book forever, you don't have a lifespan, so you could just keep doing it over and over and over. Once
Yeah.
a century.
I mean, I will keep it. Is it only me that century, or can I give it to someone else and have them be able to do it?
No, it loses its magic for a century. So from
Okay.
the week later, after once you finish reading it all, it loses its magic, and it's a big, heavy 20-pound book.
Alright. I mean, I'll store it in the cart, but
Spells. Oh, what page was spells on?
yeah, it
brings me up
to a 19
Okay.
strength.
Nice. So as Eridar and Reyna walk in and Falavor is following behind them, you see a man in brown robes sitting upon one of the benches, and he seems to be fervently in prayer. A woman in what looks to be a tattered Sunday best dress also sits on the bench, on one of the benches. She is also in prayer, but every now and then she sobs softly. You see a lovely woman with a lute. She is laying back on one of the benches, and she is just playing away. You also will see a woman nearer to the altar, but away from it. She's exceptionally beautiful. She is pacing back and forth. And although her clothes seem simple, anyone who has a passive wisdom, a passive perception of 14 or higher, is able to tell that her clothes are made of fine silks. They just look drab. And then behind the altar itself is a woman dressed in very clean clothes. They aren't what you would normally expect of a priestess or a nun. They tend to show a little bit of cleavage, and she seems to be reading out loud from a book in Draconic. Does Eridar, you speak Draconic?
Yeah.
Hallowed be the name, the knowledge that we seek. Hallowed be the books, the words upon written within reach. Ogma, grant it so. Denir, scribe it thus. Twin gods of knowledge. Everything shall be found, nothing will be lost. And she says that, and you can see magic begin to glow around her. And there's a soft, a very warm feeling around everyone in the room.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
Go to her.
Okay. Move your character.
Yeah, make my map small. Hold on.
Do we see the cat?
You do. You can see the cat. Yeah.
Everybody's obsessed with the fucking cat.
It's the one thing in the room you did not describe as being in the room.
Yes, you can see the cat. It's in a little bit of shadow, and it's promptly licking itself.
Okay.
Is it doing that thing where like it hikes its hind leg like way up and it's licking its groin kind of thing?
Yes.
Go pet it.
I thought you were gonna go talk to.
Well, that's the next thing I got to do is pet the cat.
Okay.
Like, I got priorities here. Come on.
She looks up, her eyes sparkling. She is also quite lovely. And she says, "Welcome to our Church of Ogma and Denir. My name is Lorelei. Can I assist you with anything?"
Yes, we were sent here, and we kind of need some help. Maybe you can help us.
Well, child, we will do everything that we can, but know that no assistance comes for free. The
Yes.
price in the eyes of Denir, who is my god, is a bit of knowledge, the outside world, or a song. And I'll do everything I can.
We can do that. Do I have to sing it?
Whoever is asking of the favor. Or, as I said, knowledge of the outside world, what is going on, what you have seen.
Do
Oh,
we
we
have
have
some
plenty of
information about the
stories.
inside?
We can do both. I can't sing it, but he'll sing it, and I kind of point over to Falor.
You did not just volunteer me for that.
He's really good at singing.
No, I'm good at playing.
What's the difference? Okay. Do I tell you first? And then
What is it that you seek?
we have a friend who is sick. I think. He won't wake up. Like a month.
Oh no.
Kinda need him.
Sounds like a definite curse that must be taken care of. Of course. For the most part, I should be able to assist. If I cannot, then I'm sure my husband can. But
Okay.
by all means, if you want to bring him in while if you want to go get him, while your friend here sings me the song, or if you want to provide the information while your dragonborn friend here goes and gets him, by all means, whatever way is best for you.
Kind
Go
of like a
get
battle
him.
war.
I turn to you and say, "Go get him." I'll continue talking to Lorelei here for a minute.
Alright.
Bring Baldric too.
I am. Don't worry.
All right. And she turns her eyes looking at Eridar. And what knowledge do you bring? Or what music do you sing?
Hopefully I bring knowledge. You do not want to hear my singing voice.
Oh, come now. If you can sing in the language of the dragons, it is beautiful nonetheless.
I think the last time you sang, you set our last enemy on fire.
Yeah, maybe.
Please, no fire anywhere near our books.
Oh, no. Of course not.
Like, her eyes get big and you see, like, red energy circle around her.
Absolutely not. You got my word.
Well.
See, knowledge of the outside world. What's the name of the capital? The place that we're trying to get into?
Yeah, give me a second.
There's been some information we have forgotten after our 2-month hiatus.
It hasn't been important.
I'm just glad you have to look it up too. I don't feel so bad.
I just want Baldric to come busting in and be like, "There's pit fiends!"
That's a terrible, terrible idea.
Oh, it's terrible, I know.
Ah, Lanark.
Lanark.
Lanark, capital of the Forest Kingdom.
Alright. Well, the city of Lanark is currently locked down, for lack of a better term. No one in or out. And apparently all religious or clerical types have been kicked out of the city.
She looks at you and says, "While I appreciate the knowledge, I'm afraid that is knowledge I have already known. As a priestess of a scholar deity, most clerical forces will come to me to find where their orders are currently in hiding."
Very well. Then, in addition, that the current state may have something to do with an illness of the prince.
Oh, and which prince?
Prince... Jonathan.
The one that didn't get its head cut off.
The one that survived!
Yeah.
That's not dead.
Alon's.
Actually,
Alon's, yeah.
Elon.
Jesus
Prince Elon's,
Oh my.
the one that is currently still with us.
Mm. And she smirks at you and she says, "Well, the one that you know of."
Bastard
Right.
children, woo!
Fair enough.
The
Gotta
king
love
is a
them
little bit
bastard kids.
amorous.
They're recognized publicly, Prince.
Do you know what illness he has?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. But I believe I have given a fair bit of new information.
All right. We'll see what we can do. You, the bard, will you come forward?
Oh, sure, not a problem.
I find myself desiring to have payment of you as well. You don't have to sing, Will you play music?
I'd be more than happy to play my music for your church. Do you have any maybe written songs you'd like me to play, or something that'd be easy for me to read?
The woman who had been laying on the bench came over when she called you forward. You see Priestess's Lorelai's eyes kind of twinkle a bit as the woman says, in a very, very soft and lovely voice, I think you and I are to play a game.
Oh God, devil went down to Georgia.
You want to play a game?
The priestess absolutely adores a follow the leader with musical instruments. You'll play a song of your choosing, and I have to play it back note for note. I'll play a song of my choosing, and then you have to play it back note for note. No sheet music, just knowledge and using your ears.
Do not be tempted into competition. We are on an important errand.
Yeah, but if I do this, they may heal the man.
I believe they're going to heal the man either way. This is just Lady.
It's gonna take.
I don't know her name.
Erdar, it's gonna take time. So, I'll humor the lady.
You joining us, Baldric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Figured enough time has passed that she's gathered me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sit on a pew though. I'm gonna prop or not prop, but I'm gonna put sleepy Mick dead guy along the bench, like there to like.
Okay. Sleeping McDead guy.
No, you're gonna make him sit up by putting your arm around him, and
I debated like Weekend at Bernie's him, but
Well, the woman introduces herself. My name is Lady Taralu.
the
Oh,
paladin
you've
seems
heard
to
the
really
music.
like. What was that, Shay? I'm sorry.
My father was quite fond of it.
The paladin
Stop
seems to
putting
like
your
it.
future children into the game, Shane.
You guys have already run into Bear.
Yeah.
And she says, but by all means, since the priestess has requested to challenge you, may play your first song.
That's not a problem. I shall play the first song. Is it okay if I sit down before I play, though? I find it better to listen and play note by note when I'm sitting down.
Of course.
Sit myself right there.
God
as
damn.
Elivor begins to hide under the pew.
It's
I
not
don't know how
liking
the
me.
fuck you guys got that way.
Wait, what? Am I under it?
You were.
You were
Not-
for a second. You went immediately under it.
Not on
I
my
had to
screen.
correct it. I had to send the pew to the back. To the back with you.
I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, Craig and I both saw it because we were laughing
Yeah.
at it.
Don't worry, guys. If she can't see me, I can't play her in music.
I can't lose if I'm invisible.
Well, actually, I can do that with the lute, but that's besides the point.
Anyway,
Alright. So, right now you're gonna make a roll.
Performance roll, right?
Yep. Oh. That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So let's see. She then turns around and plays some music
Terribly.
and does a shitty ass job,
She's not used to that country folk music.
right?
It's all of like.
I don't-
All
This-
wins already.
This twanging music. No, so Dragonborn. The game plays for 2 rounds, 2 each, and then the winner is determined. She then promptly sits down and begins playing another song. And this one is very similar to what you had already, what was already playing in the background. And your goal is to meet or exceed.
Instead of doing that double
14.
dice roll, because I don't like it, I'm just gonna punch it in manually.
All right.
Watch it betray me.
It betrayed you. Yes. And see, Sir Dragonborn, now we are tied. Neither of us were able to pick up on each other's song. Please.
From the back of the church, you just hear me clapping. Yeah, Falamore!
You'll have to
Seems
pardon
like
my
some
friend.
friends are in the house.
He's been with me a long time now.
Okay.
Hello,
Back with
Phil.
him and-
Then, please, Sir Falavor, as it were, if you'd play your next song.
Not a problem. And let's try this again.
Muchly better.
And a little bit of warm-up, you know.
Oh, that was quite beautiful. But I believe that I have warmed up as well. And 13 is your number.
Oh, God.
As soon as she stopped playing, I just screamed from the background, "Don't suck this time!"
And he doesn't.
Slap you.
I always find I perform best when there's a crowd.
There is applause all around you. And the lady grins mischievously and curtsies and says, I have been bested.
Did you what?
Now, were we not in a house of one of the lords, I might say that I could teach you something else.
All I could hear in my head is that cliche voice, "Go on!"
Yes.
Well, I mean, the
And
door...
Baldric is now in the house, and Priestess Lorelei says, Come, bring your ill friend forward. Oh. I just lost Craig and Reyna.
Yeah, my connection was just interrupted. I'm back.
He's
I'm
back.
Here.
Greg lives.
Yeah, I was still here, so I don't know why Julia died, but and
I
she's
think
still
it
there.
was something to do with roll 20.
On roll 20.
Yeah,
So-
probably had a
It
hiccup.
was roll 20 that you lost him on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just a hiccup in their system.
Okay. But she calls, Please bring your ill friend forward. Lay him upon the altar. I wish to look at him and see if there's anything that I can do, if I must needs call my husband.
Very well, Baldric.
Hey, Baldric, just don't drop him this time.
Well, that may have something to do with why he's been asleep for a month.
What do you mean? I haven't dropped him. He's just banged his head on a couple trees as we went by. It's nothing.
Ah. She pauses for a moment and she looks at you, Baldric. And how old are you?
Me?
Yes, you.
Somewhere around the vicinity of 3? It's been a while since we've left the capital. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I'm surprised to see you out and about. Who are you protecting?
Whoever I feel.
All right. And she smiles softly and she begins looking over the man. And as her hands, begin to investigate, feel for his pulse and things like that, a spark actually shoots out of the body and basically burns her hands.
Well, that was unexpected.
Oh,
I mean, was it really? With the amount of things that we've seen?
Eh.
Granted, we were blinded by a light.
This would have
blinded by the light.
this would have been much too simple.
Fair enough.
Please, I urge you to head downstairs and see my husband. He is more familiar with the arcane workings of curses such as this. And beware, Falavor. I would not try to heal this man were I you, unless you wish to take injury in equal parts to the healing you give.
That's almost a tempting offer, but I don't like pain after, being bit in the face by a zombie once.
And Lady Turlei leans over and touches you on the upper portion of your arm and says, "Oh, you must tell me all about it."
Oh, we've had many grand adventures with many things that have attacked me. Sometimes I think Baldric does it on purpose sometimes, lets them get by him.
Let me tell you about the last time he got covered in monster gore.
And she looks at Eridar and she winks at you, Eridar, and says, "I like a man who can get dirty."
Oh, he doesn't. You should hear how he complains about his hair.
That was actually really fucking good.
Craig, I tip my hat to you, good sir.
Over a month. Priestess Lorelei giggles and the girl off to the side covers her mouth with her hand and seems to be chuckling to herself over it. And princess, I keep saying princess because I look at it. Priestess Lorelei says, "Please, Baldric and Sir Eridar, come around to this side while I move the altar.
Alright.
And beware the braziers." Eridar, as you pass by the woman, she puts her hand out lightly and says, "Please, when you come back, if you have a moment, I have need of assistance."
I say very well. I will do what I can.
That was supposed to be to fucking back. There we go.
I was about to say, it disappeared!
Baldric, you got too close!
Witchcraft!
Disappeared. Oh my god.
And the priestess pushes the altar.
This is never a good sign. I don't say that out loud.
Especially after that one village.
What's that? We moved an altar and found some stairs? Well, where's the corpse pile?
You weren't part of that at that point, Eridar.
That's why my character didn't say it. That was Craig commenting on the fact that an altar moved and there's stairs.
The priestess says, "And Falavor, I know you are likely enjoying your time with Lady Turlu, but my husband may need your assistance with the handling of this concern."
I understand. Lady Tulur, I promise you I'll be back after we're done with everything and we can talk more about our adventures.
She looks at you and she says, "I'll hold you to it."
Ah.
You were already walking that way, Raina, so she didn't include you in the "you need to come along," but you need to come along.
I am coming along.
Okay.
I'm coming around the other side.
And
Sir Eridar,
Yes.
scene move.
would you mind taking this gentleman?
Gladly.
I'm gonna hand him the sleeping dude and then go take the front of the line
Okay.
because I at least remember, or my character